Look at that smile.
I'm so proud of that picture.
Rashad took that when you guys were doing the accelerator.
Yes,
The Google News
News Initiative Design Thinking Accelerator.
Very good. Sonny's here to talk about how they shifted the company from being primarily focused on advertising into a membership model at Frontier. This is a great conversation to have for anyone who's looking for a path forward. This might work for you. This might not work for you. Sonny's here to talk about how he thought about that and how he's made the change internally as well, which I was very impressed by. Sonny, I know it's a big day for Myanmar because today you have new restrictions in place because of COVID. How are you managing that? You getting all your work done still?
Well, we had a first wave experience, so this is also very. The announcement it came out last night, and it's effective this morning 8 a.m. So a lot of people just took by surprise. But we've been working from home for past more than 3 weeks because of 5 of our staffs in the newsroom started showing the symptoms. Sorry, 3 of them. 2 of them traveled to Rakhine State, Konlat, who is in today's meeting. That's why we took extra precaution. We stopped going to the office, and it's almost a month now. So we are basically ready, but our print edition coming out this week has to postpone. And we will be uploading all the stories online, and then we will resume again the print version whenever the time permits.
Very difficult time for you and your team. So kudos to for you guys for sticking through.
I know.
So do you want to get to your presentation? Just hit present now.
Before I get to the presentation, I have to. I love this community. I was in the beta in Chiang Mai and had a lot of fun. I like the after parties. Sorry, we can't celebrate this year, but I do have to complain one thing. When you make the announcement, you said I've been into prison for 8 years. Actually, 8.5. 6 months in prison can be so long. Just kidding. Anyway, I will go ahead and present.
Every day counts, brother.
Yes.
What's more exciting is what you've done since you've come out.
That's right.
Yeah, just present window.
And there Perfect. It is. Yay.
Beautiful.
Wonderful.
Am I presenting now?
No, you're in the wrong screen. You want to go to present window, not tab.
Hold on.
Look at all these people.
I know. So good. So good.
While you do that, I want to say a quick hello to Brian Hanley from Internews. He and his team bought a whole bunch of tickets for beta. Thank you for supporting us.
That was amazing. Thank you so much.
Okay, can you see me now?
It might be coming up.
Be a bit of a delay. Hi, Thunder. Oh, she just left.
Hi, Yanok. No, Sonny,
can you see?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Did you select the? Did you select a window?
Hold on. Okay.
Perfect. Here it comes.
Thanks.
Hey.
Very nice.
Yes,
man.
Yay!
All yours, man.
All yours.
So sorry, I'm a bit dumb when it comes to this technology. All right.
All good, man.
Actually, thank you so much for this opportunity, and I'm so happy to share my journey. And it's been a wonderful journey for all of us so far, and we've learned so much from this experience. And this is going to be our second. This deck, it's the second time that I'm presenting. I did present together with Richard a month and a half, 2 months ago for the DW Academy conference, and I'm happy to. I did updated a few things, and please enjoy my presentation. All right, so basically, why we thought of Frontier, memberships. You know, we were actually my editor-in-chief Tom and my digital editor Claire. We were and the team debating between choosing the hard paywalls and the memberships, and finally we decided to go for the right decision. We made the right decision, go for the memberships. Why? If we're looking at from the social background, the political climate under this NLD government, they took over the power in 2016. It's really affected how media covers topics central to the democratic transition. Second is we can no longer rely on advertising revenue. It's not only me, I think globally we're having this problem, or from the circulation revenue. Organizations like us are really struggling. So this affects our ability to resist pressure from the government, commercial partners and readers, and while maintaining editorial independence. So it's quite important why we choose memberships. Our newsroom is one of the rare sources of the quality, responsible journalism in a highly polarized market. As our revenue sources are squeezed, our core readers, including diplomats, journalists, NGOs, academics, and business owners, business people, risk losing of the vital source of reliable information. And this would threaten our work and more broadly Myanmar's transition to democracy. Look at how serious I am in the back. And again, this is Richard paparazzi took my photo, and I was so worried. This photo is taken when we do the first focus groups, and I was so worried in the back. So the problems to be solved, we have really, how do you say, we have a hardcore followers, a solid fans. So we basically, we already have a community, and we decided to do something about it. So we needed to diversify our business away from ad-driven model, like I said before, just to safeguard our editorial independence. So in November 2018, we secure a grant from GNI, Google News Initiative, to roll out our membership programs. And thank you so much for SPICE. Alan and Richard, basically, we wrote the application together, and then SPICE Media came on board as our consultants. Without them, the life can be quite difficult. Define and test your assumptions. So our objectives are like defining and testing assumptions, define first prototypes, run focus groups, evaluate CRM options, test rebranding strategy, and so forth. But we decided to dive into the focus groups right away. The plan is to put the audience first through an approach based on solving problems, specifically the problem that our clients, our readers are having, and just engage with our audience through the events. So Frontier could rely, and also planning to rely less on state link advertisers, and on Facebook as a driver on discovery and the consumption. So we first started with we started our focus groups, and we did 5 different groups and 5 individual people also. So we started asking tons of questions to our loyal community on basically what do they need from us. So we chose 5 different personas. We chose diplomats, journalists, NGOs, academic, and the business people. So the good thing about the focus groups is that, you know, we publisher always thought we know exactly what we want, what the readers want to read. And that's very much a traditional way of thinking and being a publisher. And but after doing focus groups, we realized that it was really, really wrong. So because of the 5 different personas, we have a different feedbacks. And the diplomat would say they need access and information that will help accurately represent social and political issues in Myanmar to the governments. The journalist said, I need access to people so I can report facts and opinions accurately in a rapidly changing socio-political environment. The NGO would say, said that I want to make sure that my organization's development aid and relief efforts in Myanmar are well researched and have measurable impact. The academic said, I need my research and documentation to be accurately represented. And the business person said, I need access, information, and relationships with the right people from my business to be successful. So it's amazing how different persona respond to the same questions. And please remember that membership is investment in your mission. So it's very important to clarify your mission very clearly. So this is what we come up with. Our mission is to build a community around responsible journalism in Myanmar. Join us. So for our mission, we would ask the questions like, how would you describe Frontier? How close is your impression of Frontier to the mission we currently stated? And what do you need from a media organization like Frontier that would help you with your work? And also we ask, are we accurately identifying the problem you need to solve? Or how would you describe our ability to solve the problem? Our products addressing those problems? Or is the format right for you? And for the value creation, what are the most valuable components of our memberships plan for you and your colleagues? What are the products could be the value for you? What other products could be value? What other products that you want, right? And does your branding accurately, does our branding accurately reflect the value we are creating for our customers? And finally, things like, are you happy to pay $100 annually? And we say we have a current products of print, web, email, and podcasts. And we suggest that we can provide calls with editor-in-chief or me, or we can come up with the Slack push notifications. We can bundle the podcast, and then they can comment underneath our website and stuff. You know what they said? No. So the based on the different feedbacks that we all have from 5 different personas, we basically filter everything, and then we decided to come up with the emails, events, data, and reports. It's a very common demand from the feedback. So we also continue asking questions like, all right, would you recommend such service to your industry peers and your colleagues? Are you currently a member of, or do you subscribe to other media organization or product? What is your preferred way to pay? Monthly, annually, credit card, bank transfers. Those payment methods are very important, and it could vary from the countries that you live in. And then we started thinking of the pricing. Should we charge as individual member for $10 a month, $100 a year? Institutional, we pay up to 30 logins for $1,500 a year, and so forth. We're trying to package many things during this journey. And then here are our new tech stack. We use MailChimp for daily distribution of email. SurveyMonkey is also very useful when we do the feedback and the surveys and the feedback. And from day one, we use a Notion to basically for the collaboration, so that I can't run away, Richard cannot run away, and it's a very nice application to use. It's very, very useful. And we currently shift from build a brand new website using WordPress, and also we use Pico for our payment, and we also use Stripe. Sorry, I forgot to put it in, Stripe as a payment platform. Then we started doing tons of designs and colors, testing. Please don't shy on testing. Membership is all about testing. The more you test, the better, and you will be amazed to find out just changing a color into the subscribe button would boost your subscription and stuff like that. So we came up with different designs and the colors. So basically, we took many baby steps, and if this is successful, and this is a way to basically sustainability of Frontier during a very difficult times like this, and also because our revenue stream is happening, we can just keep reporting accessible and free. And one good thing about our model is that we are asking people to support independent journalism, basically to keep our content free for everyone, because we found out that there are a lot of people who cannot afford to subscribe memberships or magazine because it's quite expensive for them. So we basically keep every content free online so that everybody has access for it. And this is very vital at this important stage of the media development in Myanmar. And we are having, we are starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. So we are on the right track at this point. So we have extended the lessons from this project to other news organizations trying to create a new path forward. And we also created case studies and toolkits that will provide a sustainable model. So like memberships puzzle project just launched on membership guide, and here's the link, and just published it, and we are one of the case studies in there, so you can basically visit there and then just look into the detail how we built it, all the tips and tricks in there. And currently we have the total community headcount is about 4,420. This is as of 18th September, and this number is a bit. I mean, small institution went up, and large institution also went up. But individual memberships, my last presentation was 500 something, because my database, the lady who handled the database kind of repeated the payment, so kind of difficult. So what we've learned also that this whoever handling the database and the accounts, it's very, very important person. So you really have to pick the smart ones. So in Q1 of 2020, we came up with two products, which is daily briefing and media monitor. As of now, we come up with, so this two products that we basically roll out at the end of January, beginning of 1st of February. And this is our new product, Election Insider, just came out a month ago, because our election is around the corner. Please subscribe, it's free if you're interested in upcoming election, Myanmar elections. We also have Frontier Backstage, which is the behind the scene newsletter. We also have Frontier Fridays. So we have 5 products now. So these 3 are for the paid members, and the other 2 are free for everyone. So what do I learn? Like I said, database controller is quite important to get the accurate data. And so we also learned that there is no exact model for memberships. There is no copy and paste, because everything has to be tailor-made. Depends on your country, your media landscape, depends on your readers and the economy of the country. So basically, what I did was I asked around different memberships newsroom, and then I basically took all the don'ts, not the do's, don'ts, and then I started from that. And also the team is everything. For my case, team is number 1, team is number 2, team is number 3. Even we have the best content. Each team member's mindset is super, super important. You really have to basically convince everyone to how do you say it, be on the same page, so that you can just move on as a team. It's super important. And then the test, the e-commerce at the entry stage, because doing so, you have more options to choose from. We kind of did that at the last stage, Pico and Stripe. I mean, it's good because Myanmar is, compared to other regional countries, Myanmar banking system is like 20 years behind. So like if your payment platforms are so advanced, it can basically, you can get into trouble, problems from the platforms. So we used Pico and Stripe. They were very unstable in the beginning, and as we move on, we have to call Pico and Stripe a lot, and we have to work with their service team pretty much on monthly basis to adjust on the needs of the clients. So look at me, I'm so happy, and it's been a beautiful journey so far. I can't, complain from this project. It's been a wonderful journey for all of us. And thank you. I am ready for the questions.
Very nice, Sonny. Thank you for that. I love the updated numbers. Can I just say that you added like over 1,000 members between July and September? That's amazing.
Correct.
I mean, this is really exciting to see, that where you're going from this. We went in, I think mid 2018. We started trying to implement this, and Sonny, I'm just going to have people, in here. You've got a lot of questions in the chat box. I'm going to ask, some of the questions to you directly, but also just ask them to go loud and ask them yourself. Don't worry, this is a friendly crowd. And Lise,
yeah.
would you like to ask your question about the pricing?
Hi, Sonny. Thank you for your great presentation.
Thank you.
I was wondering, how did you estimate the $100 USD for the membership? Did you ask that because you asked the price in the focus group, I believe? So how did the focus group respond, and how did you get them being a member in the end? Because I can imagine that the focus group would say, yes, I want to become a member, but how do they in the end become a member?
Correct. So yes, I mean, it's always good to ask your audience how much they are willing to pay. But the catch is that, like a lot of people would say, some people would say, hey, we're happy to pay $2,000 a month, $3,000 a month, but you would only see only a few. But, and also some people would say, sorry, we're not paying, we want it for free. So I think, it's basically you have to crunch all the numbers, basically your team salary, the overhead and everything, the subscription of those tech stack, and so forth, and then we come up with numbers that would basically sustain our program, and then we put it in the middle. Suppose we want $8 a month, and we say, are you happy to pay A, $25 a month, B, $8 a month, yes, $8 a month, and C, $3 a month, and people would always pick the one in the middle. So that's how we did, but we did ask for their feedback. Did I answer your question?
Yes, you did. Thank you.
I also remember, Sonny, that the beautiful thing is that you guys did this at several stages. You did this with the focus groups back in May, was it? I think it was back in May 2018 when we came and ran those focus groups. You asked them then, and then you said, here's what you said, and then emails started, and then they did amazing surveys and stuff.
Yeah, it was the start of a conversation that kind of helped you refine and distill what you were offering. And that's exactly what Miriam Chowdhury from The Current's been asking as well. She's like, how do you do this research, and and how do members decide what they want from membership? I guess the short answer to that is the focus groups that you conducted. But she's got also a second question, which is, how do you bring in large members? Miriam, do you want to go loud on this one? Unmute yourself for this.
Hi. Yes, sure. I just wanted to know how did you bring in the large members that you had? And fantastic. I'm really inspired because we're actually launching our membership model as well in Pakistan. It'll be the first one, I think, in the country. And it's also funded by GNI. So very similar.
Uh-huh.
I also want to know, how did you rope in the large organizations? Were there like discounts or something that you offered them? And also, how did that benefit you? And if I can add, can I possibly get a sample survey if you still have those lying around? I would love to kind of see what
Yeah.
you guys did. Thanks.
Okay. So, the idea is to basically start from a very simple landing page, thanks to Richard and Ellen for the idea. So we basically built this community from that brand new landing page. Like we stated, our mission, we are planning to build a community around our journalism, and please sign up. So people started to sign up, and then we basically built a community from scratch, and also our audience feel that they are part of this mission, and they are part of this membership program building. So, we did that for like 9 months, and we did a lot of testing, asking questions all the time, and then basically took their advice and the feedbacks and implement in our program. To give you a very short answer, engage. You gotta keep engaging with your community, your audience, just to have a two-way communication, so that they are happy to sign up for you.
Sorry, can I add
You know
one
what?
more if I can? Sorry, Rashad.
Yes, of course you. Of course you may.
This is exactly what I'm doing right now, so it's very interesting to me. Did you do larger? Did you feel like you did more surveys or more focus groups? And also, how many surveys are too many surveys? Because you're kind of constantly asking them to engage. Do people kind of get sick of it, then stop asking us questions?
Well, we have been very, very lucky because our organization, before we launched membership, we had a 4 years a track record, and 4 years that built our audience, and we know exactly who our audience are even before we pushed out the memberships, because we have a very niche market, and these diplomats, NGOs, they love it, and so we basically, and also it really depends on your gut feeling. If you are feeling that you're asking too much question, we feel that if we are pushing out too much emails, then we take a break for a while and also wait for their feedback. And luckily our open rates for these questionnaires were more than 70% in the beginning, and still keeping more than 50% now. So I'm lucky that I already have a hardcore followers before we launch memberships.
The funny thing also, Sonny and Mariam, the thing that Sonny and his team started out with was a premise that we're going to do this membership program. How do you begin? You ask your people. You ask your community. So you don't launch it and then ask them to sign up. You ask them how to launch it. So that's literally what we did. We got a bunch of people who they saw as their super fans, and we invited them to the Frontier office, and we said, let us give you some coffee and biscuits and come hang out with us. And we ran focus group after focus group after focus group with these specific people. And we said, we're planning to launch this thing. What do you think? And in fact, we actually said, hey, we've got all these, remember, Sonny, what about some Slack channels? What about conference calls every day with important people and influencers? And they were like, please, not another conference call. But it's so cool. No, but everybody's doing it. No, we don't want it. What about a Slack channel? Oh, please. And the beautiful thing is that we told these folks, and there must have been about 30, 40, 50 people
absolutely
total. And we said, listen, tell us how to do this. We'll do this with your guidance. And so they were the folks that were getting the emails. They were getting the surveys. And they were saying, yes, now you're on track. Don't do it like this. This thing is too long. make it
Yeah.
shorter.
That's
This
right.
email is too short. We give us a parliamentary thing, you know. So absolutely. I just want to come quickly to Dee's question. Dee, do you want to jump in and ask your question about Stripe versus PayPal?
Yeah, sure, Sunny. Thanks for that. I was wondering, why did you choose Stripe over PayPal? Because from what I understand, the commissions are pretty much the same. Was there a reason behind it?
Well, actually, those are quite easy to basically easy plugins, and it's on the shelf. And we were exploring, and again, thank you for Ellen and Richard to guide us what to choose out of many. We used to have our old digital subscription or website. We use PayPal, and it's quite expensive. Depends on where you make the payment. So like someone from Singapore subscribing is a lot more, how do you say, if someone is subscribing from the US, PayPal deduct really, I mean, like up to like 35%. So we didn't want to use PayPal for that reason. And also, please go ahead.
Go on, Sonny. No, please go on, Sonny.
And also, I think Pico and Stripe, it matches. We don't have a problem using it together.
That's right. So, hey, Pet Bird, why don't you jump in? You've got a comment follow-up that you wanted to.
So I'm not an expert, but I'm not an expert, guys, and I'm a huge fan of Sonny's, and I just want to say that if you're starting, the first time you're having a conversation with your audience is asking them to become members, that's going to be a huge failure. It's got to be part of a conversation that you started for a very long time ago. And as Sonny said, he had 4 years history. He had a lot of engagement, people. There was a lot of discussion. So it would be just like any friend. If the first time they reach out to you is to ask for a favor, you have to make sure that you've built a relationship before that. And then you include them in the ask, because you're asking them to be part of a community, not a transaction, so that they can stay.
Yeah,
exactly.
And also,
right.
also, I think they like our the idea of keeping the content free for those of whom cannot afford to have access to our content, and that it's like a subsidizing. Whoever has enough money is subsidizing for the poor readers. So that model really worked also. You know.
Hey, can we go to Jan Oak's question, because you know it coincides with exactly what you've been saying, Sonny. Jan Ook, do you want to jump in?
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Hi, Sonny. Thank you for the presentation.
Hello, Koyan.
So the question I had was regarding audience and who you guys targeted versus who maybe other membership organizations might want to target. So it totally makes sense for Frontier to be targeting the expat audience, because that's kind of the target audience that you guys have been cultivating relationships with, right? But do you think for Myanmar locals, this membership kind of business model could work if a news organization is trying to target the Myanmar local audience? Or do you think that's still premature in terms of like things like payment options or willingness to pay or things like that? Thanks, Mr.
Guyan, I think if you have good enough, I mean, if you have a good, how do you say, credibility, and if you're really serving to giving service, serving to the people of Myanmar, right? And you know, definitely yes. I mean, like Myanmar now is doing a crowdfunding, and they're doing quite well. And I think the only problem that I would say is that the media literacy in Myanmar is quite limited. So a lot of people do not understand the value of the independent media. So that's where the struggle is going to be. But based on my experience, whenever I do Myanmar product and English product, it has to be completely different. And English has to be premium, and Myanmar has to be able to be able to buy for all the mass audience. So it has to be a lot cheaper than English ones.
Yeah, that's a good point. You know, I want to quickly, before I segue to the to Prue Clark's question, our buddy Yanok is from Myanmar, and he is in fact part of the diaspora. Prue, you want to ask your diaspora question?
Hi there. Thank you so much for this, Sonny. It's so helpful, and in fact, it's this idea of actually monetizing the expats and the NGO community has been on my mind in West Africa as well, in similarly low-income settings. So then the other market I've been thinking a lot about is the diaspora. So I wondered how they figured into your operations.
Sorry, which other target that which other market that you are targeting to?
The diaspora. The diaspora.
Oh.
How do you pronounce it?
I don't.
I don't. No, really it's Sonny. It's just folks like Yanok who, you know, people from Myanmar who live outside of the country. Yeah, you're actually talking to a lot of those folks as well.
Right. Yeah. You know, actually, the interesting thing about our model is that because we have a print subscription subscribers and the digital subscribers, and we built a brand new website which comes with the web-based application. So we just kill our digital subscription application, and we are trying to bring both print and digital subscribers onto the memberships platform. So when if their subscription is still running, then they are getting all the membership products for free. And then once they run out, then we will start charging the fees. And also, so that means we are giving away a lot of freebies at this moment. We are not making that much money. And COVID completely hit our program, and after we launched in February. In March we have a first patient, and then all the experts had to leave the country, so it really affected our business. But people living abroad, people from Malaysia, Singapore, and the United States, and people and the whoever attending in the overseas university, they subscribe, and I think it's the catch point is there are two key catch points. One is the content. The newsletters are very personalized. You have to, you know what I'm saying, right? So if you present in a very easy way to digest, and people will love it. On the other hand, a lot of people cannot afford $8 a month worth of our subscription still. But the thing is that are we lowering the price for Myanmar subscribers? We are thinking of coming up with a different packages, like we will be giving away 50% discount for the students and the government officers and stuff like that. So that's our next step. It's in the pipeline that we have to test. And this program is a never-ending thing. You know, you gotta keep, there is no, how do you say, permanent design and model for that. You gotta keep adjusting the way depending on the market and your readers. So adjusting price, adjusting products, and coming up with add-on products, I think it's very important. And if you have a good content, people are happy to pay for it. If they will understand your intention behind doing this, you know, so it should be fine, I guess.
You know, I just wanted to add, Prue and Sonny, if you don't mind, I just wanted to add that the intention and the strategic premise of this membership program, I still remember Claire telling us in the newsroom, she says, you know, we were quite rigorous and we said, who is this for? And she said, well, it's for people who care about change in Myanmar. And this was a very powerful mission to buy into. You weren't buying a product, you weren't doing a subscription, you weren't doing all of this. You were buying into this mission. You wanted change. And so all of these folks that we identified as 5 personas, you know, businessmen, NGOs, and journalists, and those folks, and diplomats, these were people whose job it was to care about change in Myanmar. But so is it the job of the diaspora. I mean, and the diaspora, in fact, cares deeply about this at a very different level than the expats in there. We were going to come to Boyang's question, but I love that she says, thank you, Boyang, for being so gracious. She said, I got answers to my question from the membership guide page. Please dismiss. So very cool indeed. How are we doing on? We have one question.
Yeah, we have 3 minutes left. Why don't we wrap up with our final question here? So, Sonny, I know it's a tough year for you guys, but you guys have also made so much out of a very difficult year, right? It's an election year, so you've actually been hiring for election coverage team. You've also got a data team in place now. What can we as a community do to support you better?
I think as a community, I think sharing, I mean, whatever the model that it's working, it's sharing. I mean, like sharing the links to the donor, you know, like everybody is going through such a difficult time. And I encourage people to think out of the box. I think that's exactly what we did as me individually and as a team. The whole team is also thinking the same. Yes, pandemic can be very difficult, but because of pandemic, our newsroom has changed the DNA. You know, we are now innovative newsroom. Without COVID, it would be difficult for us to change. So I think as a community, we share all the good models and then we support each other no matter what. I think whatever advice that you have or the community has, please give it to us. And we are always welcome for the great ideas and the great models.
I just want to point out, you're talking about advice and stuff. You'll see a comment in the chat box from Sufyu. We know her as Juju. And Juju is very dearly loved by all of us at Splice and at Frontier. Juju joined them in 2018 as their memberships manager. We have great love for Juju. Juju, show your face. Juju is awesome. You sign up for a membership. There she is. Look at you, rock and roll. Sign up, send her inquiries. She's going to be on the other end of members at frontiermyanmar.net. And she definitely means it when she says we will assist you. Thank you, Juju. Guys, we should wrap this up.
All yours.
Yes,
you can.
Yes, we are also looking for someone who can oversee the whole memberships program because Claire has left. She's back to the UK. She just got married, so congratulations to Claire and Henry.
Hey.
So we need someone to replace Claire. So if you willing to work remotely and then happy to share your membership experience and stuff like that, we are hiring for senior memberships officer. So please let us know. Thank you.
People, if you wanna, if you're interested, please seriously apply. This is one of the coolest membership gigs you could get in journalism anywhere in the world right now, and I'm not kidding. I'm absolutely serious.
And a chance to work with Sonny Swe, so take up that opportunity.
Great chat, great knowledge, great experience, great food.
Food. Miriam.
It's always a party. So yeah, no, absolutely. Please apply for this job.
Okay.
Shall we wrap?
Yep. We have another session coming up in about an hour. That's with Nishan Nilwani at Luminate. So stick around for that one.
6 p.m. Singapore time.
Yeah, he'll be talking about how, well, they're trying to build basically a $1 billion fund to support public interest journalism around the world. So that's really exciting. So we'll be back for that one. Thank you, everybody, for sticking out with us for this session with Sonny Swe. Always a great guy and always a lot of advice as well. All of this stuff will be on our YouTube channel later today. So join us again for that one.
Thank you, Sonny.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Wakmia. Yeah, good to see you, everyone.